Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer 1745 here with another episode of Order Battle World War II U.S. Marines. Okay, we're going to continue this. We got to bring these destroyers in close enough to be effective. My engineers, good. Yep. Don't know that they'll give us any flanking bonus, but this might. Okay, strike these guys. Back. I probably should move these in first. We'll occupy. Road. We're going to let that sit for the moment. Oh, they're going to attack us, so let's just we can wear them down a little bit. Okay, well. These guys up with the mortars. Replacements. Use the proper tools for the job. Engineers take out the bunker. And goodbye. I don't think we're going to be able to get anybody from this island over to the other island in time to have any impact on things, but might as well try, as it were. well. Yeah, there. Yeah, bam. Those guys, of course. I think we've got all the units there. Take that down. All right. Okay, so you reoccupied that. Good deal. The reason I'm dancing this guy around here because I don't want to get too close to the anti-aircraft gun. Just don't need casualties. Okay. guys are gonna pour more aircraft artillery. Okay, now let's get these guys. Oh, just outside of range, but I don't know if that. Oh, well, they can go there. No. And wait, not this way. Now, what I want to do is purchase artillery for the next. I think we can afford this barely. The next scenario. Okay. I think we'll make 30 turns in the next turn. Well, there we go. Cleared that off. Out of stock. The U.S. Marine Corps receives a number of M2A4 light tanks to outfit their armored units until the production of M3 Stuarts came online. While outdated, these tanks should still prove useful in combat against the lightly armed Japanese infantry forces. Yes. How do I put this? The American Armed Forces are a particularly boring outfit. you can look at U.S. military fashion. Seems to be, how can we ugly up these uniforms some more and still get people to wear them? And I mean this over many different periods in history. So that's just sort of their thinking, and they call things like an M2A4, like tank. That's the designation. You know who gave it the Stuart name? The British. They named their tanks. They also give them a number often. I don't know if always, but you know, I think so. I'm trying to remember, but I can't remember. It doesn't. But and they generally will use somebody else's, like a M2A4, if that's what if they're getting foreign equipment. But they want to give it a name, so they're the ones that named the American tanks. Not absolutely sure on the Sherman, but I know for sure the Lee, which was the M3 tank, though, as the light tanks moved through, like maybe there was an M1 or something really early, but basically the M2 through to the M5 series of stuff by the end of the war. Going through, but the sort of the big M3 medium tank, the one with the turret and the 75mm gun down in the hole, that the British called that the Lee, after General Robert E. Lee, of course. And you can tell those because they have actually two turrets. They have the turret with a 37mm anti-tank gun, and then along with a coaxial 30 caliber machine gun, and then a smaller commander's cupola turret up on top of that, so that the commander could point his machine gun, another one under armor, in a different direction than the turreted one. And then of course there's the main gun, and then some the earliest models had some more machine guns down in the hull. Machine guns all over the place. And so that's the Lee. The British liked it and wanted to use it. America at the time did not have the production capability to make a turret big enough to hold a proper 75mm gun in it. You know, the turret ring big enough, so they had to make, because they were gearing up to make the Sherman, but they couldn't right yet make the Sherman. There was no foundries or whatever to make the proper turret rings, you know, turrets the size to handle that. So they needed to do the 37mm gun. Okay, the British said, okay, fine, but we do need a turret, and we do need a 75mm gun. So they built the tank very much to be a stopgap for the British. British says, we like this, but we want our commander to be able to have a radio, because the radio was down in the hole, to be able to communicate. And so that they redesigned the turret. They couldn't make the ring any bigger, so they made a sort of an oblong, if you will, instead of more of a round, an oblong turret that had a bustle in back, but it was cast into the bustle. The bustle was sort of cast into it, which had the radio, and they removed the top turret. They still had the little mini ring in there, so that basically the commander, you know, his hatch and then a little vision block that he could point around in there. So it kept the little ring in there. So those, without the sort of machine gun turret up on top, were called the Grants. General Grant, after General Grant Lee's opponent at the time. So all the nickname that the British gave these things was the Honey. That was because they were such a honey to drive. That was sort of a troop nickname for these. And so the other sort of light scout tank that they got, mounting basically, the gun changed over time between the early M2s and the later M5s, but it was basically a 37mm gun, similar to the one mounted up on top of that. These were named obviously after Confederate General Jeb Stuart, and the Shermans were named after General Sherman and such. So it wasn't until post-World War II, really, and though I'm not sure on everything, but that you finally start getting things like the M60 Pat, named after Pat, and stuff like that. So the U.S. Army's boring, but the British, they like to name things as well. So, okay, so we're having the opportunity to get some light tanks. Victory! With the capture of Tulagi, U.S. forces now have access to one of the finest natural harbors in the South Pacific, except for a small garrison. The Marines are all being relocated to Guadalcanal. Okay. Well, that'll be it for this episode. I want to thank everyone for watching. I want to thank you for liking the videos. Please do like the videos. It helps the channel. And, of course, post questions, comments, suggestions, ideas. Love hearing from you. Check back for more wargaming action.